My name is Genesis. I'm 24 years old. I'm from New York City. I currently live in Jersey.
What do you do in Jersey for a living?
I'm a leasing agent.
For like an apartment complex?
A real estate company.
Oh, okay. So what do you bring in doing that?
I make $60K.
60K?
Yes.
60K, any types of commission? I'm not exactly sure what this job is exactly.
No, no
Okay.
commissions.
So you're just trying to lease out properties for this company?
Yes, we actually work in the public sector, so
okay.
so we're like low income housing.
So $60,000, Jersey City. Jersey City, expensive, I'm assuming. I mean, it's right there, right across whatever that body of water is that's pretty much a river from New York City.
Yeah, I'm a little bit north from Jersey City, but I'm still like I said, like 15 minutes from the city. So.
Yeah. What's your rent?
I pay $500.
What? How?
Yeah. I live with a very, very, very good friend of mine.
Oh, that must be a very, very, very good friend because...
Yes. Her parents, they know me my whole life. And yeah, so...
Now, you live that state income tax life. You live in like the highest tax state, if I'm not mistaken, across everything. Yeah. Well, maybe California. I haven't looked at that in a while. Let's see a paycheck come in. Okay. 1,529.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, I was making $50K, so I got a raise recently. So,
oh, very good.
Yeah.
So is that, are you paid bi-weekly or semi-monthly?
Bi-weekly. I work in Brooklyn, so I commute.
Geez, so you have to commute through Manhattan and then into Brooklyn? What is that commute?
It's not terrible. I think I've been used to worse commutes. It's like 50 minutes to an hour, but I'm going to be relocated to the main office now, which is in Midtown. So I'll cut it by like...
How are you commuting?
I take the bus and then I take the train. So.
Okay. How much is that costing you?
Monthly, it's like $315.
Jeez. It's actually crap.
Yeah, so that's...
What's it going to be ish once it's relocated?
The same. It's just less time.
Well, it sucks because it takes you down to like just below... That takes you like $3,400 all of a sudden you have left. Luckily, your rent is fantastic. Again, I mean, that's going to blow my mind. Now, before we just get into your money, and stay tuned because it's going to get interesting. By the way, feel free to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 250,000 subscribers, and, you know, we're getting pretty close because all of you amazing people, so please consider that. I want to hear from your perspective where you think your financial situation is.
It needs vast improvement. It's not good. I have a spending addiction.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to get it together.
Spending addiction. So that's self-diagnosed. If you know it's self-diagnosed, why are you still spending? Have you tried to do anything? Therapy? Are we any kind of budgeting? What have you attempted to do?
I haven't attempted therapy, but I tried budgeting. I tried twice. I didn't stick to it.
What kind of budgeting have you tried?
Just sitting down, just, you know, tracking my monthly.
In like a spreadsheet?
Yeah.
So you haven't tried an app? You haven't tried like an envelope system?
No. Okay. I did try the envelope system.
Go on.
Many years ago, but I didn't stick to it. Like after a month, I just...
Why didn't you stick to it? I'm curious. We kind of need to know what's going on in order to get over the hump once and for all.
I don't know. I just resorted back to spending like a maniac.
What do you think's triggering that? What is it like? It's a symptom of what? Do you think it helps with anxieties or just boredom or a depression, or like what do you think it is helping?
That's a good question. Boredom, maybe some underlying sadness. I don't.
Where are you spending the money? Are we going out and spending money, or are we just sitting there clicking?
So I've realized, doing some introspect, I have like cycles. So like for months, I'll like do Amazon. Now it's Uber Eats. That is, yeah.
Oh, that's bad for a couple of reasons. Because one, the majority of options, you can get healthy options, but the majority of options probably not going to be the best for you. I know this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that hurts in two ways, typically health and wallet.
Yes.
So what does that look like to you? Uber eating every day, Uber eating multiple.
Multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day? Yeah. That's intense.
Yeah.
What are you Uber eating? Are these meals, or are you like Uber eating everything? Because I know you can get stuff from like convenience stores and grocery stores and prescriptions. Like, what are you doing?
Just meals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think? Do you cook at all?
No. I'm lazy when it comes to that, but I need to get cooking because I'm obviously living above my means, and so
that's an insanely hard habit to break. Once you're in the convenience of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, nothing better to do at this point than just jump in and see where things are looking like. We have a checking account with Capital One. You started the month with $158. Terrifying balance for a checking account. Automatic payments happen. End of the month, $268. I'm glad it went up, but that's still a terrifying ending balance.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have wiggle room? Just like out of the gate?
No.
I
don't feel that. No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go through a lot here. It can be a little repetitive, but it just... I need you to know just how insane this is. This pile of stupid spending. And the only way for me to do that, I think, is just to scream them out and for you to know just how chaotic this is. We're doing Uber Eats. And these Apple bills, I'm starting to think are these like Apple Pays of Uber Eats?
Yes.
Okay. So, because again... I don't know. They could be app purchases. They could be Uber Eats. I can't see. But we're just going to call them like an Apple payment for now. But we have Uber Eats and Apple Payment, Amazon, Reuben Lunch, Wides, Uber Eats, Asaya, Uber Eats, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Uber Eats, Amazon, Cash App and Someone, Golden Corral, KFC, IHOP, Ross Stores, Uber Eats, Zellin out, Uber Trip, Cash App, PayPal, Fashion Nova, Reuben, Uber Eats, Uber Trip, Cash App and Out, Amazon, Uber Trip, Bagels, Dunkin' Donuts, Fresh Italian something, Uber Eats, Instant Cart, Uber Eats, Wide Deli Liquor, Lyft cancellation fee. We're getting a $7 cancellation fee. Great. And something Bagels and Uber Trip and Ibon Payne and Hudson Duncan and Uber Trip. We're just going crazy. We're selling money out. We're getting Chick-fil-A, PayPal-ing out, and Uber Eats, and Lyft Ride, Cash Apping out, Uber Eats, JetBlue, Zelling out $300, and an Apple payment again. Amazon, Apple payment, JetBlue, Wingstop, PayPal, Uber. Well, that's Uber. So are you paying Uber through like different methods sometimes, just depending on...
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. And Boss Revolution, PayPal, Restaurant.com, Uber Trip, Lyft Ride, Apple Payment, Uber Eats, Uber Trip, Uber Eats. And if we've just looking at these, you're not getting a single healthy meal. It's all crap. You're just putting crap into your body, yeah?
I try at times. Like, I don't get fast food, so I get, like,
I don't see an example of that in here. I mean, the Apple payment, some of the things that are hidden, like the PayPal with the Uber, like, I can't see what was ordered from there. But the restaurants that you go to that aren't through Uber, this is crap.
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything with your health weight since you started this Uber Eats addiction?
Yes. I have gained weight in the past year or so.
Okay.
So yeah, but I'm trying to get back down. But
it's hard. I mean, I struggle with my weight and eating as well. But this is bad when it's coming from both the health perspective and the financial perspective, because overall the finances are not in a good place. But let's talk about a couple other things that I noticed in here. What is this? We have Afterpay. We have Klarna, Affirm, Afterpay. They just continue through here. Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay. This is insane. Klarna, Afterpay, Klarna. What the?
So I have paid off today I have paid off most of the Afterpay and the Klarna balances.
What were they? What were you even doing?
I think it was shopping. That month I actually went on vacation. I shouldn't have, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, very obvious.
So I shopped. Yeah, I had.
So what were you shopping like? Was this beyond Uber Eats? This was just other bonus shopping?
Yeah, it was just like clothes and, non-food related things.
How do you feel about all this? I need to make sure we're seeing this from the same perspective here. Like, I'm beating in only to just show the extent of how terrible this is.
Yeah. It's bad at a couple months back, I knew I had a problem, but I never addressed it. I just thought, well, it is what it is. That's what I thought. But now I've really, really I really want to fix it. This is not.
You need a wake up
acceptable.
Call. Yeah.
Can't live like this forever.
Well, I'm glad you're not trying to justify it, because there is no reason to justify this, especially as we go throughout the finances. This is just delaying your inevitable financial failure, essentially.
Yeah, I agree.
What can you do in your own life to stop this? What can you do?
Well, definitely to eliminate Uber Eats. I need to delete that app. I still have
Well, you can easily re-download it, so...
That's true. But I need to start cooking, and also just really be conscious of every purchase I make, and do I really need this? And I need a budget. I definitely have to.
You need a budget. That's the name of an app. You need a budget. Great app. I recommend it. It's worth the $10 a month that it is. Because this, just starting here, we just started, and I'm scared. There's a couple other things I wanted to mention. Withdraw from earning active paytret. What's this? What is this? Because it pops in a lot.
So earning, it lets you borrow before you get paid.
Knew it.
Yeah. I've been doing it. I don't even remember when I started. Yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
A year, maybe more.
How much do you do it? Because in here, this is insane. We have it. This is just from December 7th. $103, $103, $103, $104, $104. That's crazy. That's just a day that you're borrowing from your future self.
Yeah.
And then here on the 22nd, $100, $50, $104. And it continues $100, $100, $104. To do what? Just so you can buy more Uber Eats? Or is that to pay rent, or what? What is the situation you're in where you're like, I need to borrow from my future paycheck in order to do this?
I guess it's to keep buying Uber Eats when I'm low on money, or if I need to pay a bill or something.
That is definitely an addiction, and that is hard. I can talk about personal finances all day, any day. I cannot talk about mental health. I'm not even close to being licensed to speak on mental health. But there's some stuff here. And I think a therapist, I recommend it to everyone no matter their situation. Mm-hmm. But I think you need to see someone to get over why these habits are building and why you can't stop them. Because they have these addictive tendencies. You're showing these addictive tendencies. And that is not something that I can specifically say, all right, just don't do it. But that's a scary start to the situation. But let's continue going forward. I mean, your credit score in general is usually, well, it's not always the best indicator of your financial situation. But when we see 550 or 574, we know that something's up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't see more than that. We might have you pull up some stuff, but we know that's where your score is sitting at least through Discover. That's what they think your FICO's at. We have a couple credit cards, and then we have some other debts. So let's start with Capital One. Well, $1,530 you owe on this with a minimum payment of $142. But guess what? We only made a payment of $68, which means you were given a late charge of $40. A late charge on a credit card that's only $1,530. That's not a crazy credit card balance in terms of, the American standard. And certainly when it comes to your income and what comes in a month, that's practically a third of your income, It's closer to a half of your income is the entire balance, yet we can't even make the minimum payment, which is barely a percentage of your income. Why? Why the fuck are we not having a minimum payment done?
I don't know.
Well, why?
I guess I chose to pay less to keep.
Is it not
more.
Auto?
No.
Why?
I haven't enrolled in the auto pay.
So to be clear, you have chosen being able to order in extra Uber Eats instead of them making a minimum monthly payment on a debt that you have.
I think so.
And then we have interest charge of $31.37. So not only are we making, having late fees because we're not paying a minimum monthly payment, which by the way, for your take-home pay is just around 3 to 4% of your income. For your take-home pay, you could easily make that minimum monthly payment, and I am very upset that you did not. I'm not upset when people don't have cards, or I'm not upset when people have debt. Like, I try to make it very clear to people why, and I go hard on people so that they know how bad the situation is. Because a lot of people come in here and they're just like, "Oh, a debt's debt. What is this?" But I am upset seeing not making the minimum monthly payment and seeing you get knocked $40 because you chose to order something on Uber Eats instead of just being a responsible adult and make a minimum monthly payment.
Yeah, I'm ashamed of that. I should have just paid the whole minimum.
Your next payment's in a few days. How's that looking? What's in your checking account right now at this exact moment?
I believe 300.
Okay, so about half of that would have to go to this. Are you going to pay the minimum monthly payment on this in a few days?
Yes.
Yeah, 24.42% interest on this. And if you only did the minimum payments, which we're not even doing that, it would take you 10 years to pay off, and you would pay a total of $3,453 and $1,533. So it's time that we start making progress, and we'll talk about the light at the end of the tunnel at the end. But right now, we're deep in the tunnel. We're in this just the worst of the worst of this. So January, when did you open this card?
This was a couple years ago, maybe.
Because I think it's looking back. Interest you're just continually paying like $25 of interest like forever.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know interest on this card. I just been very ignorant.
What do you mean?
I didn't know.
You just didn't know interest was accruing?
No.
Did you not know there were interest on credit cards and balances?
Yes, I just didn't know the amount. I never decided to even look into it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it feels better to be blissfully ignorant, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm slightly happier about this Discover card, but I'm not happy about the overall situation. And obviously, you're not either, which is good. I'm happy that you're having that wake-up call moment, and we're going to start doing things. But $703, not the craziest balance. That brings your entire credit card, unless I think this is your last credit card, right?
There's one more card that's not there.
Okay. But interest charge $14.11. You at least made your minimum monthly payment due of $70. Now, this is where minimum payments become kind of hard. You only have $300 in your checking account, and we're getting pretty close, just the minimum payment on these two cards, to equaling what you have in your checking account.
Yeah.
That's unsustainable, completely unsustainable. And the purchases on here, the interest rate is subject to 2.24% variable, so that's what it's at right now. I would love to see the interest that was charged last year, but it's only showing the year we're in, of course, which is fine. Let's start keeping track because we need to get out of this. Okay, so we have something here. I don't know exactly what this is for, and you can tell me.
It's a personal loan.
We have a personal loan. Why do we have a personal loan?
I took this out about 2 years ago when I got fired from that job I had. And so...
Because you didn't have an emergency fund, I'm guessing.
No, I did not.
That's why I talk about emergency funds being an emergency. Mm-hmm. So you had to borrow to survive.
Yes.
23.47%. How are you doing this? Are you making the minimum monthly payments on this?
Yes.
What's happening here?
Yeah, it's on auto pay, so take it out. I believe it's like $83 every month.
So you financed a total of $2,444, but the total you will pay is $5,027.
This is the first time. Okay, I can't say this is my first time seeing this because I signed that form. I didn't read it. And I wish I could just, go back in time and really talk to myself.
Yeah. This is going to go all the way through 2026, 3 years from now, September 3. So 3 years from September of this year. It started in 2021. Wild. So we have 83, 82 a month. Okay. And then we have more goodies. These look like student loans to me.
Yes.
Okay. Are these all federal?
Yes, they're all federal.
Okay. So they are in COVID-19 pandemic forbearance. Okay. These interest rates are not crazy, which is good. One's creeping up to about 5%, a group of these loans. But the rest are between 2 and 4, it looks like. Yep. Okay. Yes. So the highest one's 5. These are not insane as far as loans go. We have $23,358. Where did you go to school? What did you study?
I went to SUNY Empire. I studied business administration. So I got my bachelor in that.
Good. Very good. Okay. Did you work at all throughout college?
Yes.
And I guess these minimum monthly payments are going to be around like $200, something like that?
Yeah. That's actually the estimate it said on Nelnet once they start, I guess, like 2 something.
Yeah. Okay. You said you had another credit card that I just don't see?
Yes, I have a Macy's credit card.
What's owed on it?
Right now, I believe it's like $370.
$370?
Yeah.
What's your minimum monthly payment?
I don't know at the moment. I stopped paying it.
Why? What? $370? You're so close. What?
Yeah. So now I'm not even sure about the minimum, but
pull it up. Do you have it on your phone?
No, I don't. I requested a statement, but it didn't get
requested? Here. Wasn't just download. Okay. Do you have Credit Karma on your phone?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and pull that up.
Yes.
Score's even worse on here, 548. Oh, let's take a look here, shall we? Because, yeah, you stopped payment history 96%. 12 late or missed payments on your report. My gosh. I'm not upset with debt because it is just a part of our... Well, okay, debt upsets me in general, but I'm not angry at someone for getting into debt because our culture is very debt-driven and it's just things that people can fall into. But missed payments, 6 missed payments on Macy's, 6 missed payments on Capital One, 1 missed payment on Upstart is just irresponsibility. And that actually upsets me. I am upset at you for that.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you think you're so irresponsible? That's so many missed payments.
Yeah, I believe I didn't understand the severity of how that can, really impact my credit. I don't know. It's just been
credit card usage 103%. You're 3% over. Okay. Yeah. Credit age is low. 24 accounts. Yeah, student loans. A lot of accounts in there. So that. Let's see these total accounts. Let's take a look at this Macy's thing. Why? Why'd you decide to stop paying this Macy's thing? Did you give me an answer?
Because I don't really know.
What do you mean?
I just decided, I'll deal with it at a later time. Maybe at that moment, I didn't have enough.
What is this city card? Is that the Macy's?
Yeah, that's the city.
It's up to 59 days late.
I guess it went up.
The Upstart. What's the Upstart?
That's the personal loan.
Dude, it's also late right now. You're not making the freaking payments on that thing?
I am. Wait, it's late.
Huh? It's late. Oh, the Macy's. Macy's, you owe $479, not $370, by the way. Fun fact. On a $400 limit.
Yeah, those late fees. And
also, yes, I know I'm digging into her, and I know the thumbnail is going to be like, oh, because you got to play the game or whatever that we're forced to play. However, a big shout out to you for coming on the show. One, to get help, and two, to show other people in your situation or similar situations that, you know, you're putting your situation out there for people to relate to. And that's incredible. So thank you for being here. I feel like that needs to be said. No problem. I need to know your minimum monthly payment.
I don't think I'm a credit card person. I want to get rid of them. I don't want to. I feel like I shouldn't have any more credit cards.
No, you shouldn't. Yeah. Do you have them right now?
No. They're all on my phone, actually, except the Macy's one. I don't know where that card is, but I haven't shopped there.
So you just use Apple Pay?
Yeah, with my other cards. But I actually, as you see, I haven't been using my cards at all because I just want to, tackle that debt. And yeah.
So if you want to tackle debt, but you haven't even come close to even starting, why have you not started? Why have you waited until this moment?
I don't know. I feel kind of stuck. I feel like I just need a little bit of guidance, and yeah, I don't know.
What do you think I can do to help? What do you think I can bring to this table that you have not been able to do yourself?
I definitely need a budget or budgeting method that will work for me, and also, I want to build up an emergency fund and start putting into like a Roth IRA and really just
Well, are you ready? Because it's time to turn the shit around. Do you agree?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Are you going to make sacrifices?
Yes.
Is it time? Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do the budget then. All right. So budget, here's what's looking out. Here are required payments that we have to make in order to survive. One, do you have a car?
No, I do not drive.
Yeah, public transportation is good up there. You are spending a lot on it, but it's essentially a car payment that you're spending on transportation.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk rent. $500.
Mm-hmm.
$500. Then we have transportation, $350. Then we have your Capital One minimum monthly payment of $142. Then we have a Discover card, $70. Then we have a personal loan, $83.82. And then the Macy's is unknown currently.
Yeah.
For whatever that minimum payment is. It's bad that you don't know. What else for necessities did you have to pay besides food? Do you pay for your own health insurance?
No. Okay. Under my mom's.
Yes, because 24, you have a couple years. Okay. Renter's insurance, utilities, what does that look like right now?
I don't pay utilities. I don't have renter's insurance. That's pretty much it in terms of the, what I have to pay, like monthly expenses. Yeah.
So right now, just the minimum monthly payments you are forced to pay. You're at $1,145.82, and that is with the unknown Macy's. Meaning after take home, we now have $2,604.18, which is, congratulations, a good number. Where does that all go? Uber Eats multiple times a day right now. Uber Eats will drain it, and it's crazy how much you spend there. And it is not surprising looking through that checking account that easily that $2,600 goes directly to them. I'm going to be generous with this grocery bill. I'm going to be generous. Let's just talk. So we have the minimum monthly payments from here. I think $604.18 in general. We'll just call it $600. Mm-hmm. Can go to groceries, getting things that you need to survive. Just that's your survival money outside of the minimum monthly payments you already have. That's groceries, that's toilet paper, that's this, going to a doctor's appointment, going to, a therapy because you have health insurance, go to therapy, and have the copays and everything. So I think 300, that 600 could be groceries, 400, and then maybe the rest is therapy. It's up to you how you divvy that out. Well, we can talk about that afterwards once the show's done in terms of like how to divvy that up as well if you want. But I say $600 goes to groceries and other necessities to survive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I believe that's really reasonable.
Very, incredibly reasonable. Well, if y'all have been following along with the math, we now have $2,000 left. Yes? I think for you, when it comes to I almost said baby steps. I mean, you could follow those. I think they would help in your situation. But I think the snowball method works more than avalanche or consolidation or anything like that in your situation. So I think we start this right now.
Yeah.
At the end of February, there is no reason why Macy's is not paid off $479 from the $2,000. I mean, it'll probably be like $1,500 because we're already a little bit in. But there is no reason why Macy's is not paid off. Then you have an extra $1,000. Maybe the $1,000 you set aside. So that's it. We just worry about Macy's this month. Macy's is paid off. Okay. Paid off and cut up. Yeah. You delete all the other crap from your Apple wallet and everything. We're just using your debit card now. It might even work to use the envelope system for you. But by the end of the month, you have $1,000 saved up. And because you're in such a fantastic rent situation, normally I think that is way too little to start with. I think for you, because I think we can start getting through this stuff pretty quickly, and you have $1,000 you'll actually be able to last for a month if you have to. We'll keep it there. So then we're looking at March. What does March look like? Well, now one of our 3 credit cards is gone. We have $2,000 to play with. Well, that will destroy the Discover card, and it will take away the majority of the $1,500 on the Capital One. So the Capital One will now have about $700 left on it. I think, did I do that math right? Just about. No, it'll only have a couple $100 left on it. So in April, $200 goes to Discover. Discover's gone. Capital One's gone the previous month, and the Macy's gone the month before that. So now we're 3 months into this process. All 3 credit cards are gone, and we have an extra, because minimum monthly payments are gone, we actually now have over $2,000 we can put towards this stuff. I see no reason why March, April, May or June. I always have to count the months in my head. I think by the end of May, the personal loan's gone. I really do. So I think after you put a couple $100 towards Capital One, that's gone. With your minimum monthly payments gone on all this stuff, the $2,000 in your personal loan should be gone by the end of May.
Yeah, definitely. I should add,
sure.
I owe my mom $800. I have to pay her. She's asking me to give it back.
She's asking you right now to pay this back.
Yeah, she's allowing me to do it slowly.
When did you borrow it? And for what and why?
Let's just say is to further buy more Uber Eats or when? Times. When I went on the trip, when I vacationed, I actually borrowed from her. I did some work in my teeth, but yeah. I also owe Blink $120, which is like a gym. And I owe TD Bank $150. I closed I closed my account there, and I guess I still had.
Okay, those last 2 besides your mom, I'd say we do that this month, and that just extends everything we just talked about by a couple weeks. That's fine. Mm-hmm. So now we're just like halfway through June. Your mom, it depends on a couple things. It's not accruing interest and all this stuff, but it's a relationship thing. So what I would do is have an open, honest conversation with mom. Hey, I'm finally getting my together. Sat down with this dude, and we have a plan. I have all these, lay out the budget, lay what you're spending out, lay the minimum monthly payments and when things are going to be paid off. And you're going to be like, all these debts in my life will be turned around, are going to be gone by the middle of June. And then by the middle of June, by the end of June, I'll be able to give you the $800 that I owe you. Are you okay with that? No, I'm not okay with that. Okay, then fine. Put that after your Discover and after the Macy's and put it before your Capital One.
Okay.
And still, the whole thing will be done by June. It just pushes where things are. Since it's not accruing interest, and since, it's potentially more flexible, I say put that at the end before the student loans. But that's what I think. It depends on the conversation. So those are the 2 alternatives where you have to pay it off earlier. Or she'll be like, okay, cool. I'm glad you're turning everything around. End of June is fine. And boom, you have it. Cool?
Cool.
Anything else? Anything else hidden?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay. At this point, you should have about $2,300 left outside of your budget. just about, maybe a little more. And from there, by the end of November or early December of this year, you'll have a $10,000 emergency fund because you continue the craziness of not having Uber Eats once, not having fun once. You don't do a single thing once because this is survival. You're trying to actually live a better life going into your second half of your 20s. So you're making a sacrifice by not bullshitting around and you go crazy. So by the end of November, early December, you have a $10,000 emergency fund because you're putting the $2,300 that you now have extra because you don't have minimum monthly payments towards saving up for an emergency fund. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, $300 of that might be taken away, paying the minimum monthly payments on student loans at that point, depending what that situation looks like. I don't think it's going to get forgiven with the current Supreme Court. Yeah. It could get delayed again for political reasons. We'll see. I don't know. If they resume, then you'll have to pay them, and then you'll have that extra $2,000, and then like the end of December or something like that, maybe just about a year from now, you'll have no credit cards, no personal loans, and you'll never use them again because you're not a credit card person. You've clearly demonstrated, and you'll have a fully funded emergency fund. That will be awesome. From there, mathematically speaking, and math always wins versus basic caveman human emotions, it makes sense for you to start investing instead of paying off these student loans aggressively. Mm-hmm. If you want to make more than your minimum monthly payment on student loans, fine. Doesn't make mathematical sense to do it, but because the interest rates are in such a good place, it makes much more sense that the average of the 10% that the S&P 500 does will always beat your 3 to 4% interest rate student loans. So at this point, I'm assuming you have nothing in retirement, correct?
No. Oh, I do have a 401k with my current.
What's the percentage that you're putting towards that?
I'm actually putting 2.
What's the match up to?
I don't know.
Is there a match?
Yes.
Figure out what the match is. Make sure you're taking the match because that's 100% return on your money. That always beats anything. Don't put over your match until your emergency fund is fully funded.
Okay. Definitely.
But after that, what you'll need to do is on a monthly basis, we're not taking into account any raises, but on a monthly basis, you should probably put minimum $750 a month towards investing.
Okay.
Once the emergency fund is fully filled out. So that'll be like $500 a month towards your Roth IRA. And then maybe the other $250 is into your 401k, something like that.
Okay.
So it'll be automatic and it'll be super easy. But that should get you to a good point. But I don't even want to go into that too much because right now it's talking about cleaning up the mess. Now here's the exciting part. Digged into you for justifiable reasons, as you personally requested me to before we even started. Yes. So this is going to be hard. This is going to be a hard year. There's the mental health part that I cannot speak on very well, that a mental health expert that you should see, because that's going to help combat this. None of this matters if you're not able to overcome the addiction of the Uber Eats. None of this matters if you're not able to come the addiction of spending on different categories that get swapped around depending, where you spend money. Because as you said, spending addiction. None of this matters. But if you're able to get to that point and you're able to say, okay, I'm sacrificing for a singular year of the remaining decades of my life, the other side of it, dude, you're going to have such an incredible many decades of your life. Yeah. Not just financially. You'll be able to do things. You'll be able to change jobs if you're not happy with this job. If you get fired, you'll be able to survive for months while you're looking for another job. There's all these things that once you get through this, life just gets better. And you'll be able to retire and not have to kill over on the Walmart floor at 80, which I don't want you to. You'll be able to save up and buy a property at some point. You'll be able to buy a car if you need to and not have to do this $350 monthly thing anymore.
Yeah.
That'll help with your income situation as well.
Definitely, yeah.
But I want to hear what you will do. Tell me what you'll actually do. You know yourself. Tell me.
I'm being serious about this. I don't want to have fun for these months. I'm going to just stay inside and just really clean up this mess. I need to pay this debt off. It's like going to be like a weight taken off my shoulder. Yeah, I'm willing to do this now because the longer I wait, I just think the worse it's going to get. It's just been getting worse progressively throughout the years. And so I need to get a grip on it.
Something else you can do, which I highly encourage throughout this year to make it more like 8 months, 7 months, extra job, whatever you can do. Work your butt off. Pretty much consider this time, other than eating, taking care of mental health, and sleeping, it's all work. The more you work, the more money you bring in, the quicker this process is over. Because this is a painful process. It's always easier said than done.
Yeah.
But if you just dive in, go crazy, I promise it's worth it. I promise.
Yeah. I'll definitely look into that to just pay off that debt faster. It'll just help, you know.
Good. There's hope, and we will follow up in the future to see where you land.
All right.
Any final thoughts?
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, I needed this. I needed this, and I hope I'll get my financial health in order. But.
For Genesis, this is some of the worst debt to income to lifestyle I've seen in maybe since the creation of this channel in terms of just where the money is going. It's not going to be a good Hammer financial score, but I'm very glad the video ended on some hope of her actually getting it together and turning this around and getting out of this complete mess within a year. But it's going to take some mental health help as well. But for now, Genesis, Hammer financial score, I can't do better than a 1. Make sure to check out all the fun things in the description, like my Instagram and Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.